Meat is not cheap, fire isn't cheap, the wood and charcoal it takes to burn it. So how can you cook a brisket without throwing away 2 to 3 pounds of trimmings? I saw a recent video by Ant's Barbecue, and he did something that really caught my eye. I like to do a lot of practicing with my briskets by trimming them, competition style, just so I can practice doing that. And Ant did something called the Brisket Junior, and separated each large point, each proportional or any point that he cut off with some substance, and cooked them separately with his brisket so that he didn't have any waste. I thought that was a great idea, and we're going to give that a try today. So this is going to be brisket and Brisket Junior cook with Uncle Steve's smoke bomb and a little bit of salt. We've got some mesquite wood burning on the old country pecos. So let's dig in. As you can see, I've got my point here. I've got my brisket here that I've competition trimmed. I've got my Brisket Juniors here. And everything else added up to be about a pound of excess and very small and not usable. So as you can see here, this is a couple, maybe 2-3 pounds of excess, maybe even closer to 4 pounds of excess. And then we've got a 4 or 5 pound brisket. So we've really kept from wasting too much. So let's go ahead and hit everything with a light coat of salt. Guys, it just rained here. The flies are stupid, and they're really starting to tick me off, and I apologize about that. We're going to do a light coat of salt on everything. One side. And we're going to go right in with our Uncle Steve's smoke bomb. Now, Uncle Steve designed this originally as a finishing powder, but I really like this flavor. I'm not sure exactly what's in it, but I get hints of pecan and mesquite and things like that. So we lit our smoker up about an hour ago. It's sitting right at 250 degrees. I'm about to throw another log on it and cook on it. This isn't going to focus on the cook itself. We want to see how our junior brisket from Ant's Barbecue turns out. This fire's burning really clean. It's only been about 3 minutes since I added those logs, and so I think right now we've got an amazing coal bed. I started that coal bed an hour and 45 minutes ago, and I just now put those logs on there, and I think we're going to be climbing the temperature pretty soon. So let's go ahead and throw the brisket on there. I'm going to put this brisket on back here because the thicker part of the brisket is going to be facing towards the back of the smoker, and that's where the hot spot is, and that's going to be the most saturated meat as well. Our brisket point and our Brisket Juniors are going to go right back here. I am going to place them kind of strategically because I don't want them to dry out on me. So Fad's going to be facing that way. Fad's going to be facing towards the smokestack on the other because generally the hot zones are going to be on one side or the other. Actually, I'm going to move this back here, letting our point roll block for us. And that's basically 2 briskets sitting there. We're just going to roll it. I'll come back when it's time to wrap. Keep checking on these Brisket Juniors. See how they look. 2-hour check-in, guys. Our Brisket Juniors are looking outstanding. Our brisket's looking great. We may spritz it here in a little bit, but for now, we're going to let these new logs burn off and shut her down and keep her going. So we're 7 hours into doing Ant's Barbecue, little junior brisket over here, and it looks outstanding. And it's cooking actually about the same time as the regular brisket. So I'm pretty pleased with that. I'm having to baby it a little bit more. I'm having to spritz it quite often, dump it, and flip it quite often because I don't want it to dry out and overcook or cook too fastly. So what I'm going to do after 7 hours in is wrap these up, put them in the oven, let them rest overnight, and eat them tomorrow. I guess the junior brisket is a good thing. Hey, Ants. Good call. Guys, I appreciate you. I love you. If this gave you any entertainment value at all, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscribe. And if you haven't followed Ant, make sure you go and see him as well. I love you guys. Drink more water.